GSL Code S. You do the intro, go.
Down here in the bottom right.
CJ&2's hero.
Up in the top right. Oh, was I too early on that one? One was too late, one was too early.
You like do this next one, you're like, and the chair and player. Oh my god, wait!
Our Zerg player, 1 of 1.
SK Telecom T1 Su. Oyun Su.
Her name is Tasteless.
He's got the mic out, man.
Well, no one.
He's using the voice command. He's like, make drones, make drones, make drones. Did I ever tell you I went to this? When I was playing Brood War in this tournament, like there was a qualifier. I can't remember. I think it was. I'm not sure if it was the one I went to. It was in like which you know when they had these like WCG qualifiers, but they'd be like these really small ones.
Yeah.
You go to the really obscure and like no one would be at. Until eventually you start to branch out and start to be like, oh, okay, I'm playing against that really good player from Texas or Chicago or something. When I was, I think I must have been like 17 at the time, went to this tournament. Hardly anybody there, right? So I'm like, no, okay, I'm actually just going to get seeded through this. No problem. And I was listening to music, and the guy running the tournament said I might have to be disqualified because I'm listening to music. He's like, I'm not sure if that's in the rules or not. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, what do you think? There's a CD in my CD player that's just going, make probes, make probes, make probes, in case I forget what to do. Like,
wow. You know, that's admins. It's kind of a sad story because being an admin is about as thankless a job as you can get.
it is.
Like, it doesn't matter if you're the best admin in the world. No one's going to say anything about it. But also, it's extremely hard to actually find a competent admin.
Do you remember when we used to do the we were all the WCG USA finals every time, and we would get into it with the admins, man. Sometimes they have these I'm like, no, I've practiced all year for this tournament. I'm not going to take this. And then we eventually they got so fed up with us. They gave us that one admin that basically they let us run the tournament. Yeah, the Hawaiian guy.
He was the best.
He was like just laid back, and we're like okay, like, you know. Remember, like, we're playing evades in that one game, and it's gone on for like 50 minutes. He's like, well, you know, according to the rules, like, we might have to disqualify this guy. And I'm like, no, you really can't do that. You can't disqualify a player.
I think his name was John.
I liked him.
I'm pretty sure his name was John. Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, he was great.
It's a good admin right there.
Good admin. We miss you, John.
Cheers to all the admins out there.
Yeah, man. It's
even
hard
if
work.
you're bad, maybe one day you can be good.
That's it's a tough job because you end up dealing with a lot of people that are under incredible stress. You know, pro gamers that are down there like
that can totally be dicks. Myself,
totally. Oh no, I've been a dick to admins when I was a pro gamer. I feel bad about it in retrospect. But at the time, I'm like, no, this is my entire life. Yeah. I'm not going to get DQ'd because you're making me play on a table with a tablecloth.
Oh yeah.
Remember that fiasco?
Yeah, I do. I do remember that.
I'm like, remove the tablecloth. I can't move my mouse on my pad around if there's a cloth on the table. What are we going to eat off this thing? Are we going to have Grandma's Thanksgiving dinner on the table after the LAN party too?
It was a rough. That was
a rough year, man. Yeah. I think was that the one where we were in New York? No, that was the tournament in Vegas that we were at.
Yeah,
played at.
It's Vegas.
Like, no, sorry.
Well,
tablecloth and the
nowadays things have definitely improved from the old days.
So much better. All right, anyways, on to this game here, because now stuff's picking up. We got the Stargate about to complete.
That's right. And Su, of course, on his 3 bases here. He's getting his gases at a pretty regular time. Very high econ build here for Su. And it looks like an Oracle once again. So here we're probably going to want to do a very similar opening. And he actually does scout that Oracle. That's really good. This means that Su is much less likely to lose 7 drones. In fact, I would say he's definitely not going to lose 7 drones. But the thing is, Su can't do the same strat as last game. Hero can do something very similar, but for Su, like, you can't just play like he played because he was playing to the size of the map with that strat.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, opening Oracle into like Robo and Forge, and then Colossus Void Ray on 3 base. That's just a very good Protoss strategy, really, for any map.
Sure. It's funny though, even though these maps are so big, they actually are pretty different. You know.
Oh yeah, they play out so differently.
All the roles and stuff you have to follow is it really this is actually what makes StarCraft like the best game is the fact that maps can be reconfigured.
They change everything.
And really we've not even gotten close.
Yeah.
To like the potential of maps in StarCraft. We know how to make a very safe generic map, but there's so many.
I would say in StarCraft 2, in StarCraft 1, we really started to see the potential of maps. But
yeah,
in StarCraft 2, it's actually a little bit harder, and it's taking longer to figure out because of things like Force Field and Blink and Reapers.
Yeah, that's actually a
because that like changes everything about what you can do with the map. Because you have to really watch out for certain
in Brood War
strategies.
there was in Brood War there was I mean a high ground area that was not that had no ramp connected to it. I mean, it's like, well, you just can't get up and down that unless you have a tech route, you know, unless you can ferry stuff over there, or you're going to go for air units.
Yeah. Well, here we have Sue just getting his Hydralisk Den. We do have the Colossus tech on the way for Hero as well. And then looking pretty normal. Nothing really out of the ordinary so far this game. Tag, you're it.
Tag, you're it, son. No tag backs.
No tag backs. Yeah, those tag backs are cheap.
I was so if you didn't have tag bags when I played tag, I had the longest arms, man. I just like tag back.
Yeah, I imagine you would. That would be very tough.
Yeah, man.
Have to tag you in combat.
I was kind of like one of those like bosses that you'd fight, like one of like the octopus bosses, like with long arms and everything, and you gotta like get between my octopus tentacles.
You're like Doc Ock from Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm like Doc Ock.
I was the alligator guy.
From the Ninja Turtles?
No, from the alligator guy, the professor.
You mean Croc and Batman? Yeah, the guy who lives the worst villain in Batman?
No, it's not Batman. I'm talking about Spider-Man.
There was a crocodile in Spider-Man?
Yeah. He's his teacher that doesn't have the arm, and he becomes an alligator, regrows his arm, even though alligators don't regrow limbs. Obviously.
Durr.
Durr.
Is he gonna... No, he's not gonna get this. No. He's like, aha, I have shield, see you later.
Well, 17 Hydras on the way, but we do have a Colossus about to pop out here. Thermal Lance has started, but it's still a ways off, so we'll see what he can get done with this huge group of Hydras and now Roaches as well being produced.
Well, he's just going to keep on pumping the Void Rays out here. Let's see. I mean, Sue handled this very well last time. Whoops, he's hitting an egg on there. He doesn't want to be doing that, actually.
Exactly.
Exactly. There we go. Uh-oh. Hydras are good. Okay, so things are not going that well here for Sue so far. Well, I mean, for Hero, excuse me, for Hero.
You know, with this little attack that he's bringing down the map, maybe that will change. 17 Hydras is quite a bit. The Void Ray is not going to be that useful agast it. How many sentries does he have? 9
roaches he's making behind this, by the way.
Does he have just like 2 sentries? Yeah, he only has 2 sentries. So this is actually... This is a difficult set of units to stop with just 2 sentries, Tasteless. I guess if he has like 4 force fields, though, and he actually has a good SimCity at that 3rd base. Yeah, I think Hero can hold this without really taking too much damage. This is a smart move, though. He wants him to get out of position. Notice the rest of his army moving down a little bit.
There's Sue actually highlighting that he really is a very tactical player here.
Yeah.
It's not just, which I'd say a lot of Zerg players are not that tactical. They're usually just the overarching strategy is good. But
look at this. Ooh, he tries to rush in, but really great force fields right there. Look, the 4 force fields do help him to hold this off just right.
Branching out. He wants the Protoss to come back out. He's saying, come at me, bro.
Well, he's sending in these Void Rays, but actually that's quite a few Hydras. Does have to back up. A little bit more than maybe he thought there was going to be.
Oh, wow. Ooh. Oh, wow. This is really bad right now for Hero.
Well, Sue looks like he might get some additional damage down there, killing a lot of probes at the 3rd.
By the way, Sue is maxed out.
God, so good.
While this is all going on. So anything you're seeing Protoss kill, Sue's going to have right back. Is he going to get the Nexus here?
Very well played here by Sue, I have to say. You know,
yeah, I mean, granted, even though Hero's holding this off, the amount of damage is being inflicted. Look at this, he goes right back up here.
The thing is, it's always a risk to go for like a lot of Roaches and Hydras, because if Hero were to like really hold this off without taking a lot of damage, which he's already taken a pretty big amount of damage, but you're in a lot of trouble because Void Ray Colossus is so insane like him. And the thing is, he's still, like, Hero still has his chances because he has 10 Void Rays and 4 Colossus right now. This army is getting to the point where, how in the world does Sue kill it? I mean, if these two just, like, sit there alone, maybe he kills it that way, but overall, the army composition is looking really scary here for Hero.
Grouping up. Okay, the Hydra. Oh, nice takedown there. Now, again, the third, it really not covered well. In fact, the Colossi getting cleaned up. Now, you know, with the Colossi and the Void Rays, they have to complement each other. They pair well, but if you lose, for instance, all the Colossi, then the Void Rays become much more susceptible to, for instance, just mass Hydra.
Yeah, he just lost 3 Colossus in the span of a few seconds. Really sloppy, leaving 2 of them in front of his third base. Those should have been behind where he could have blocked for them.
This is honestly a game where it looks like Sue is just a better player.
It is, which is funny because Hero is so ridiculously good.
Hero is ranked 6th in WCS, guys, but I mean, Sue's actually just that good. What is Sue's name short for?
His name
is his
Sue.
last name?
His first name.
First name Sue? Oh, okay. Well, now we know.
Yeah. Like
when we found out his name is actually 500, but he just uses funny font. Thanks, Artos. Thanks for that laugh there, man.
Jesus is funny.
Hydras and Roaches branching out now. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. I don't give Hero much more time in this game.
No, certainly not.
I mean, first of all, Hero can't get out. Second of all, Hero might not even be able to hold the third. And even if he tries to hold the third, then he's going to send his army over there into the second.
Look, here's the thing for Hero, right? Like, hold on, he is going for the flank. So it doesn't even matter the thing because he's going to basically kill him off here by killing all of his ground army again. And it looks like he's even going to get the Void Rays. Has enough Hydras here as well.
Okay.
Should be seeing a GG.
Yeah, this is the point of no return here, really. Granted, there might not be enough Hydras to clean up the, what is it? No, 3 remaining Void Rays?
Well,
they will be there soon since 15 Hydras are making along with Lings.
The tough part about something like this where the Zerg is maxed out and the Protoss lost.
All right, there's GG.
Oh,
I was going to say, Hero had to have known at that point in time.
Yeah, well, I mean, there wasn't much there for Hero to be able to do. Sue really did outplay him. He outmaneuvered him. He did a great job and goes on to that winner's match.
Nicely done by Sue. He's not out of this yet, though. He's going to have to go up against Classic. A very different Protoss player than the one we see right here, Hero. Hero will be going on in our 4th best of 3 to face off against Party.
Well, that's, Parting is a pretty insane player, so that's a hard one to go into the loser's match against.
Yeah, no kidding. And then knowing you're going to have to go up against either Classic or Sue, like later on. It's a tall order.
It certainly is. SK looking a little bit of a step up here on the poor CJ player.
Yeah, we're going to go to our next PVZ after this.